Hi. Hey.
Hi.
We'll just wait a couple minutes.
That's good.
Okay, we'll just wait 2 more minutes.
Sounds good.
Okay, I think we're still missing 4 people. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll start without them. Let's make sure I'm recording. Okay. All right, can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, why is my... Okay, am I like choppy at all?
No.
No, you're pretty good on my end.
Okay, I don't know why, my volume on my side, like you guys sound like robots, but that's okay as long as you can hear me. Okay, all right, so I'm so pumped that you guys were able to join us. And I'm excited because this is kind of our first like team meeting, team call kind of thing that we've done as a group. And it's something that I would like to do at least monthly and to always be working on things that you guys need. So things that you're wondering about or you're wanting to expand in or things that you need help with. Just to try to cover those things every month and at the beginning of the month to help you kind of take the month by storm. So I wanted to start off, and I'm pretty excited because it took me a long time to kind of, get a feel for our team and who we were or are and what we stand for. And, when I was thinking of a team name for us as a group, every time we chatted, I realized, you guys are just a bunch of believers. And so I'm pretty excited to be able to, officially say that we're the Believe Empire and that this is our first official meeting and our first official kind of gathering and going forth. So I'm pretty pumped about that. And I wanted to just kind of start off by saying, this is about us as a whole. We're a team. We're in this together, helping each other. People are constantly collaborating and sharing ideas and running different groups together. And that's awesome. I love it. I love how you guys really just work together to be able to go after any goals, your fitness goals, your business goals, just getting on track yourself, whatever it might be. So I love that. And that's why I want to incorporate all these pictures, is because to me, Beachbody is about coming together and supporting people, whether you're supporting challengers, fellow coaches, family members, whatever it might be. That's essentially what it's about. So I can't wait to have more and more pictures, and as time goes on, to have pictures with more and more people in it. So I want just to start off with this picture and just for you guys to really just kind of take that in and see like you guys are a part of something so much bigger, and you are changing people's lives, and you are impacting your own life, and you are impacting the people in your life's lives. So your family members, whatever it might be. I'm just going to turn off my my volume here on my phone. If you have questions at all during it, just speak up or comment in the chat or whatever. So we're going to start off by, oh, will it do it for me? There we go. So paving the way to success. So this is something that's come up a little bit on our team. So paving the way to your success for me means having a plan and an kind of having a way of going about doing things so you don't get overwhelmed. So in your mind, it's like, okay, well, I'd really like to get to Success Club 5, or I'd really like to sell a challenge pack, or I'd really like to, hit Emerald or hit Diamond. But the question comes up often, how do I do that when I only have 30 minutes a day to do this? Or how do I get there when I only have an hour? Or how do I get there if I can't work the business every day? So I wanted to help you guys kind of get to that point and kind of get into that mindset of being able to do this with a short amount of time, because you are working, right? And I had to face that too, right? I'm in a special place now where I can devote more time, but my time now is to help you guys be able to do this too. So I made this image because when I first started really figuring out what I need to do to be able to hit my goals every month, I had to write out what my goal was and then my action steps to get there. And this is something that Morgan Rieger always used to talk about when I first started coaching, and she used to incorporate in her new coach training. So I wanted you to have this as well. And this is just a simple way of doing it. So what I actually do is every month I write down on a piece of paper in like a book I have what my Success Club goal is for that month. So I usually will say, oh, I want to help 5 people every month or more. And so I always write Success Club 10 down and think, okay, well, how am I going to do that? How am I going to find 5 new people without, being salesy, without even knowing them yet, right? Chances are I don't even have them on Facebook yet. I haven't built a relationship with them yet, and I don't know them. So how am I going to make those relationships? How am I going to reach out to them? How am I going to help them get to that point? So I need to start thinking of action steps, things I can do to be able to do that. Because if I want to hit Success Club, even 2, I need to have a plan. I need to know how I'm going to do that, because I only have so much time in my day to be able to do these behaviors. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. So I don't know if you have a piece of paper or if you printed this off, whatever you want to do. Write these down as we go through this call, and keep writing them down as you find new action steps throughout the month for yourself, and have it in one place. That's really helped me. Then we're going to move on to coaches. So my goal as a coach right now is to sign 2 new coaches every week. So my goal is to hit essentially Emerald every single week. So that's, for me, 8 coaches a month is my goal. Have I been able to always do that? No, but I go into each week with that intention, with those behaviors, so I can do that. And often what will happen is I'll actually get like a bunch all at once. They're not kind of spaced out nicely each week. But I go in with that intention that every week I'm going to do that. So every month I write down, well, I want 8 new coaches on my team. And then I write those things I'm going to do to be able to reach out to new people, how I'm going to share the opportunity, and what I'm going to do so that way people can see they can do it too. And then I do my rank goal. So what is my goal? Right now, when I'm writing out my rank goal, I actually am writing out goals to help you guys rank advance. So I'm actually not even worried about where my rank's at. I'm worried about helping you reach your goals. So each of you that I've talked to, that I have a list of all of your goals and when you want to reach them by. So then what I start doing, I start looking at the information that you guys gave me and what I need to do to help you have the tools to be successful. So you probably have noticed in Emerald's group and a bunch of groups I've been feeding a lot of information. I've actually gone back through all of the stuff I've accumulated over the last year. And I started feeding that stuff in there because a lot of that stuff relates to the things that you either brought up or you put down as a goal of your own. So I've been feeding that information in there. And I have a new training coming out on the 15th that's solely based on information that you guys have asked. So I'm going to talk with that at the end of the call, so you know a little bit more about that training and how it's going to be different than other trainings you've been in before. So for myself, when I write rank, I actually am looking what ranks you guys want now, and I'm trying to figure out action steps to help you guys get to your goals. So my rank part looks different than it used to. So for me, it used to say diamond, and I used to write out the things I need to do to hit diamond. So I need 4 more coaches on my right leg, I need 3 more coaches on my left leg, and this is what I'm going to do to be able to do that. I'm going to, reach out to this person or follow up with this person, or work with this coach because they want to do the business and they want to hit Emerald, stuff like that. So I write out my goals for rank. So that's kind of just a visual that helped me to kind of pave my way to success, pave my way to my goals. So that's a tool that I want to share with you. So the first one is Success Club and the breakdown. So there's kind of 3 ways of hitting Success Club. The first way is to inspire people to start, to be real, and to invite. So you're going to see coaches do this 1,000 different ways. And the first way is to inspire people. People need to know that you're doing it. They need to know that you're actually working out, that your workout is currently on, that you're not just faking it, and that you did it. So you'll see often I'll do pictures of myself like prepping, like getting ready. It's on in the background. And then you'll see me do sometimes a picture after my workout of my hair like all over the place. It's not that pretty, and not every coach does that, but for me that works because I'm being proof that I'm doing it. You'll hear lots of times coaches talk about being proof of the product, so they're talking about results, but that doesn't always need to be the case. Being proof of the product can also mean just being proof that you're doing it, right? Proof that you're doing the behaviors, proof that you're trying your best, proof that you're going to help others. And if you don't get abs, because like for me, my goal isn't always abs. My goal is to be healthy and feel good and be confident in my own skin. So sometimes it's not that I'm going for abs. So me trying to work to show those results, it might not be realistic all the time, but it is realistic for me to share that I'm always trying my best. So I like to do pictures that show that I'm currently doing it. And sharing your journey. You know, if you do have a week where you don't work out, or if you eat a chocolate bar, share it. Honestly, I shared one picture one day of myself holding a chocolate bar, and I said I ate like 44 mini chocolate bars. It was right after Halloween. I got the biggest response right after that because I was being real. So that's how the first one starts tying into your second one. So sharing your journey, what's going on, is important. And being real with your journey is even more important. And to be totally honest, when I gained weight in the fall and shared that, I got a huge response because people said to me, hey, like, I've tried this 1,000 different ways. I've, you know, done the gym, I've done this group, I've done this weight loss product. And it just keeps coming back. Like, how do you stay motivated? And that's how I've been connecting with people, right? Is by sharing how real I am. And then I have ups and downs and I have barriers. It's been allowing me to connect with more people. So being real, share the ups, share the downs, you know, share how it's changing your life. Share how you get it done. One of the biggest things so far in the last 2 weeks with people has been, how do I actually get it done? Like, how do I find time? How do I find the motivation? How do I make room to be able to do my workout? I often get the question, I live in a small house. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to do this workout. Well, I share that with them. I've done my workout in a space of 2 feet by 3 feet once. I've done a workout in a big room before. Like, it doesn't matter, right? Sometimes I push my couch out of the way. Right now, I just had to move to the basement. You know, you make do with what space you have. So by sharing that real journey, you're going to connect with people. And that's inviting. By sharing your real journey, you're connecting with people and you're inviting. So it kind of all starts tying together, right? Sometimes you'll see that I'll do a picture that says, like, my challenge group is now open, or I'll have a picture of just me, and then I'll write in the script that I have a challenge group open. All those are different ways, because every picture and every person is going to connect and commit differently. So some people need to see a video, some people need to see a picture, some people need to see pictures with words. Everybody is drawn in by something different. So you can see in the bottom, I also have a picture of Alyssa with her. She's showing that she got her Seigi bobblehead in, which I still haven't got mine. But she's showing, you know, she's connecting her real life. She's showing that her hard work got her this gift, even though it's a bizarre gift. But it's funny. She's sharing it. It's real. She's sharing that her workout's on. She's sharing that he's there motivating her. You know, she's pulling out her personality. And that's a really simple way of connecting with people. And to be totally honest, when I see people like challengers posting pictures of their workouts on their own Facebooks, I actually stop and look and want to read what they have to say. Because why are you showing me a picture of your TV on, right? It draws us in. We're all kind of engaged by television and technology. So you're naturally going to stop and read what the person has to say. So it's a really simple way of doing it. You don't have to get overly creative. Carrie did an awesome job of showing her transformation. You know, if I didn't know Carrie and I stopped and I saw this picture, or it was scrolling fast and I saw her guns, I'd be like, well, wait a second, let's go back and read that one, because that's incredible, right? We're going to stop and we're going to read those stories. And it's important to share all those aspects. Having a variety of all these things are what will get you to Success Club. For myself, what I found is if I kind of always post the same pictures, my Success Club is really hard to do. Like, selling one challenge pack is really hard. But if I do a variety of things by sharing just a script, an explanation of what's going on in my life, or a video, or a picture of me flexing, or, you know, a picture of my TV even without me in it, a variety will actually connect with people. And you want to be present, and you want them to be different pictures so they stop and look, right? You want them to stop every single time. Most people that join a challenge group have watched your pictures for months. So if it's always the same picture, they're going to stop reading. But if you're constantly putting different pictures and different kinds of pictures, they're going to keep looking. They're going to keep wanting to follow that journey. So that's my first suggestion, or my first advice when it comes to Success Club is, kind of making like a list of different posts that you can do. Get some different ideas. I go through different coaches' Facebooks, even ones I don't follow, and I just kind of look at like things that they post, like the way they might have wrote it, or maybe the way they did a picture, and I kind of just jot it down into my actions. And then throughout the month, I just try to, use some of those actions to make my posts. So I don't get overly creative, and I do a lot of repetition, but I just make sure that every day I try to incorporate something different, whether it's a sweaty selfie, a video, and then like a picture with words on it, and it just keeps rotating in the same order. That's okay. But just make sure that they're always different pictures and that you're trying to incorporate different things. So that's my advice for Success Club, just really being present. Actually, the other day I was on a call, and one of the coaches, she said that according to Facebook, every post that you post is only viewed by 12% of your viewing audience. So if 12% of your followers saw it, then you need to think, well, how am I going to engage those other people that haven't seen it yet? So you have a whole other market out there that hasn't seen your post. So there's a couple ways of doing that is, posting at different times, posting often, so that way those people that might have, just came on Facebook 20 minutes after you posted, that they have a chance to see it because it's fresh in their newsfeed. Going on their Facebook and liking their stuff, so then your stuff starts coming up in their Facebook more often. Just different things like that to engage, because if you're only having 12% of your audience see your stuff, it's hard to get people to join your groups. And you need to make sure that they know that you do have groups. Sometimes people think you just work out, right? And that I get into that kind of slump too, where people just think I work out. I ran into a girl at a hockey game. She's like, hey, I think you're the girl that works out like nonstop. And I was like, well, no, I work out for like 30 minutes a day. And she's like, oh, like, why? So I told her. She's like, oh, I didn't know you did any of that. I'm like, well, okay, that's good to know. I'm not posting enough that she can join me. I'm just posting that I'm doing it, and I'm forgetting to put it out there as an invite. So that's where it comes into that public invite. Make sure those people that are following you know that you're actually doing something that they could be a part of. So it's really important to always have that vibe out there, so people know that what you are doing, they can also be doing. And I get caught up all the time where I forget to do those things. So it's a good thing to go back and double check that, today or yesterday or this week, I've made those public invites. So that would be the first thing that you want to be doing to get people to join you. The second thing would be privately messaging. When it comes to private messages, I kind of do it a couple different ways. So for myself, I reach out to people that have either liked my stuff, commented on my stuff, or I think might be interested. So if I feel like my challenge groups are going to be mostly new moms, I'll start messaging new moms and inviting them to join us as well. And I'll just say, hey, I have this challenge group going. I've been following your journey, and I know that you have a 5-month-old at home, and I actually am just forming this challenge group right now, and it seems like everybody else kind of has young kids as well, and I thought maybe I'd reach out to you and see if you wanted to join. It'd be really fun. We would love for you to join us and you get to know other moms. And I keep it really simple. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. No big deal. And then often I'll notice after that, when they say no, they often start liking my stuff. So sometimes that private message is kind of that bridge that gets people interested in joining you. And I used to be afraid of doing that, but what I've learned is you're providing them with an opportunity to start. If my coach would have reached out to me the first month I started following her, I probably would have started that first month. But because she didn't reach out to me, I watched her silently without liking or doing anything in her Facebook world for 3 months. So sometimes the people that are watching you, they're not liking it and they're not commenting. They need you to reach out to them because they're nervous or they're scared about reaching out. Yeah, okay, so you struggle with this. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm a scary cat too. Honestly, like when I start writing messages to people, like I have to work myself up, and then I'll like go and I'll like message them, and then I like shut my computer and I shut my phone off because I'm so afraid that they're gonna message me back and be like, do I know you? Why are you like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. But you know what? I've never had someone get mad at me, and I've never had anyone be rude to me. It's always been super positive. Sometimes they've said no, but it's usually, hey, like, thanks for thinking of me, but I'm just not interested right now, or right now I don't have the money, or whatever. And then we usually get talking, and I start, building that relationship with them. And I've gained a lot of really awesome friends that I actually chat with all the time now. They haven't yet joined a group, but I know they will eventually. And it's nice to have those other friends, and it's nice to be connecting with people. So it's not a loss. So, just don't be afraid. Nothing bad's going to happen. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. And will that really change anything? But if you don't do it, you're really not going to know. You're not going to know if something could have been or couldn't have been. So what I find too that helps me, Carrie, is if I post like a public invite. So I like to do like either a public invite, then me working out, and then private message people, or me work out, then a public message, and then message people. But so like if I got a message from a random person, before I even read their message, I honestly go to their profile and like I go on there and creep them first before I even like open up their message, because I want to know who they are before I even go into the conversation. So if you're going into that conversation, inviting them to your challenge group, you want the first thing they see when they go and look at your profile is what you do and what you have to offer. So when they read that message, they're not really surprised. They're not going to have a lot of questions or a lot of, they're not going to put a wall up right away, because they're going to see it as an opportunity that you're opening up to everybody. So that would be my first piece of advice if you're reaching out to people for the first time, is kind of set up a routine for yourself to be able to have those comfortable conversations with people. And that's really helped me, because then sometimes I'll get a message that'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that you had that coming up. Like, that's cool. I don't really know anything about it. So then I started learning, like, okay, well, maybe if they knew something about a challenge group, maybe they would want to join the challenge group. So then I started thinking, okay, well, I could start posting about what my challengers are doing, or what kind of challenges we do in the challenge group, or I could post about something that someone did or said or whatever, or someone's success. Then later that day, do a public invite. So someone's going to see what the challenge group's all about. They're going to see that there's a new opportunity and that they can be a part of it, and they can start kind of making those connections with, hey, like, I could maybe do this. I can see how that challenger is doing that, or what they're doing, and I could see myself doing it. And now there's this public invite. So that's kind of what I do. Okay, so what do I say after they say no? Good question. All right, so it depends on the person. But for example, the other day, I messaged this girl I've been following for a while. She has like a 5-month-old boy, and she'd posted a couple days before kind of about how, her life has changed since having her baby, and she wants to be a good mom, and she wants to, kind of rid of negativity in her life. And she was kind of doing like this public like cleanse. And so I reached out to her and I said, like, I love what you posted about, and I love that you're wanting to make these changes in your life for your son. I really am inspired by that as someone that wants to start their own family. So we had that conversation, and then like a couple days later, I invited her to the challenge group, and she said no, but I responded by saying, hey, no worries. I thought I would ask. I just want to reach out because I really love, I love your vibe. I love your positivity. I love following you. And I think that you would have been an awesome addition to our group and would have had a lot of fun. If you ever would like to, the opportunities are every month. And until then, I don't usually say until then. I usually say, but I love following you. I love getting to know you. And I can't wait to be a part of your life on Facebook. And I just kind of like leave it there because, I don't want them to feel like pressure or anything like that. So I just kind of leave it with how I really feel. I love following her. She has awesome posts. Her little guy is adorable. And if we build a conversation afterwards, or if I start up a conversation about her little guy, I like and comment on her pictures all the time. He's just so adorable. And I kind of just leave it there. So that's one example. So I kind of just like let it be and just tell her that there's like that monthly option. Then say, okay, let me think of another example. One time a girl messaged me back and she said, hey, I'm not interested in Beachbody. I have some friends that do it and it's just not for me. And she's like, I just don't want to be a part of that. And I just said, hey, no worries. Like, you know, if you ever need support or anything, if you're doing any other physical activity or if you're ever wanting to be a part of a free group, just let me know. I'm always here for you regardless of whether you want to do an at-home fitness group or not, because lots of the rejection will come from money, from, you know, nervousness of the unknown, or they've heard other people say something that they're just afraid of. And I actually had one girl tell me that she didn't want to be a coach. And I said, oh, I'm not asking you to be a coach. I'm wondering if you want to be in my challenge group. And she's like, I don't get the difference. So it came out after that she actually was approached by someone to become a coach, and they never told her that she could be in a challenge group or anything else. They wanted her to be a coach, and when she said no, they just like didn't give her any other options. So she thought that when all these people are inviting for challenge groups, that they had to become a coach to be able to be in a challenge group. So her view of challenge groups was actually a misconception. So she ended up joining my last free group. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming months. I'll reach out to her again. But sometimes the no's come from other places. So if they say like, no, it's money, I'll ask them sometimes like, hey, like that, no worries right now. I think that it'd be awesome for something for you to do in the future. Definitely save up, girl. Like I would love for you to join you. I can't wait to get to know you better. Maybe while you're waiting to save up enough money, maybe you want to join me in my free push-up challenge, or maybe you want to join my clean eating group. Or if you ever want any help between then and now with any, you know, free YouTube videos I can send you or anything like that, I'm here to support you. So I always turn the no into some way else that I can help them. So whether that's, you know, being friends, giving them free workouts, so like if they give a money objection, I always offer a free option. So even if I don't have like a free group up, I always say, hey, no worries. Like I would love to support you. I definitely would love you in one of my groups eventually. Definitely save up, girl. It's something that you don't want to miss out on. But until then, why don't you try these videos from Autumn Calabrese, who actually made the videos 21 Day Fix, which is the program I would recommend for you to do. So maybe you could get a taste for her while you're saving your money. So then I'll send, just like if you go onto YouTube and literally type in 21 Day Fix, or no, Autumn Calabrese free workouts, all of her workouts come up, like all of her free ones. So I just like send like 3 of those links. So that's what I do. So I don't know if that helps or not. I'm gonna move on. We might have to do 2 calls. I didn't upgrade for our month. Oops, my thing won't move now. Okay, new coaches. So you need to be running your own challenge groups if you want to see your teams grow. Coaches want to join people, or sorry, challengers want to join people that they believe are leaders. So if you're running a challenge group, and it can be with other people, that's okay. But if you're, say, bringing them into my group, then they're going to see me as a leader and they're going to start reaching out to me to become a coach. And that's not what I want, right? And I have actually redirected coaches to sign up underneath my coach because that's who they were working with. But then what happens is that person starts overstepping and coming to me. And that's exactly what I don't want. I want them coming to you because you are valuable. You are a leader. You are capable of guiding coaches. You're all very successful coaches already. You all have experience. And if you were on Morgan's call or Virginia's last week, I can't remember, one of them said, whether you start yesterday, a week ago, a year ago, you know more right now than any coach signing up. So it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. You're already a leader to that person. You already have more information, and then your upline coach is there to support you. So that's why I post a lot of my information into my personally sponsored page, so that way you guys see the information and you can relay it to your coaches instead of me always relaying everything to them. So you need to be running your own challenge groups in some way or form in order for coaches to sign underneath you. So, and you want to give them a good experience so that way they want to share it with others too. And if you're wanting to know how to run a challenge group, I'm going to do some videos on how to do that. And I've uploaded all my scripts onto into the files of the Growing Emeralds group. So they're all there with all the pictures I use as well. I actually also opened up my challenge group if you want to be in the one that's running right now to see how I'm doing it, because I do it a little different than I used to. You're welcome to join in to watch. I know Shaylin's watching right now, so anybody else is welcome to join as well. Just send me a message and I'll add you. So you can, give them a good experience so they want to be a part of it and they want to share it with others. And then if you start seeing that they're posting all the time in your group and they're leading, reach out to them and say, hey, I appreciate your leadership in this group. I appreciate you leading and inspiring others. You're making a difference in this group because others are getting more comfortable because you are posting. Have you ever thought about coaching or joining the team? And, just giving them that boost and showing them they can do it. If they're posting in the group, they're already doing what you need to do as a coach. Okay, sharing the opportunity. So sharing your business space, what you do, making a picture of inviting people, whatever it might be, make a post. You're not going to get challenge or coaches underneath you unless you're putting that vibe out there so they know they can join you. So it's really important to do that. Bonnie Engel actually said, whatever vibe you put out there is what you're going to attract. So if you're always posting your workouts and you're always posting invites to your challenge groups, you're going to always have new challengers as long as you're inviting them. But if you're never posting about what you do as a coach and that others could do it too, you're never going to have a coach that joins you. So she actually runs her Facebook as a sneak peek. So she doesn't run like closed sneak peek groups. She actually just posts as if she's running a sneak peek every day. She shares what she does as a coach. She shares how it changes her life, and she shares the opportunity, and she does public invites. And that alone has grown her team. So that's how she does it. So sharing that opportunity, making them aware that they can do it too. As soon as you get a coach, the best thing you can do is make your own personally sponsored page. This is so that way your coaches see that you are a leader right away, and they can see that, they can look up to you and they can rely on you. And when you have your own personally sponsored page, heck, you can take what I wrote and you can plug it into yours. It's okay. You can use what I've had, or you can, redo it, whatever it might be. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just kind of do the same thing. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. When I first started doing it, the Live Fit Dynasty was my personally sponsored page, and then it accidentally grew into a big team page. Well, not really accidentally. We just decided to make a big team page, and then I didn't make a personally sponsored page for like a year, which was a huge mistake on my part because I could have been leading you guys better. So I should have done that right away. That's why I'm asking you guys to do that right away, because it'll make a big difference in your business. And you don't have to post in there every day like I do. Lots of coaches don't do that every single day. It depends on how much time you have, okay? So what you see I'm doing right now is because I have lots of time. A year ago, I wasn't doing as much. I had a priority list, help you with reaching your goals and give as much as I can. And I made use of my hour every day. Now I have more time to be helping you more. And that's, as you grow a bigger team, you're going to have more flexibility to do so. So, some people say, okay, well, like Kelsey's doing all this stuff right now, but I don't have the time. I work full time. That's okay. You work full time. I didn't do all that stuff when I was working full time. So it's okay not to be doing everything that you see other coaches doing. Don't compare your journey to others. If I started doing that, I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm not very good at this, because some coaches are 10-star diamond coaches in the first 10, or the one coach went 10-star in her first year. And I'm 1-star and I'm almost at 2 years. So it's okay to be at different stages and different journeys and different paths. So just, write up down your goals and go for them. Rank advancement. So rank advancement, the first thing is Emerald. So this is kind of when I start looking at you as a team builder. You're starting to have your own personally sponsored page. You're starting to think about, actively training or supporting your coaches. So maybe you're going to, one-on-one talk with them. Maybe you're going to have share different things in your personally sponsored page. You're going to start tracking your business, which you'll see that we'll be doing in that training. You're going to start seeing, okay, well, I'm starting to run my own challenge groups. I'm creating and following up with people. I'm doing the 3 vital behaviors, which is personal development, inviting, and being proof of the product. And you're starting to find your feet in the business. You're starting to understand how it works. So that's kind of where Emerald's at. When you go for Diamond, you're starting to, change your mindset. You're going for team leader. It's kind of the first big milestone. You've built the foundation to your team. You're starting to run new coach training or having team calls for coaches. You might be doing one-on-one things, and you just kind of, when you are going for Diamond, you start getting really hungry for knowledge. You just want to kind of go for it. You're on national wake-up calls. You're doing all these things, and you're kind of just like going for it, and you're taking everything in. So kind of Diamond's like when you're a team leader, you're starting to build that foundation. You're starting to find your feet in the business. The next step is going for Star Diamond. This is kind of when you become like an organizational leader. So, that's kind of what I'm at right now, right? I'm kind of starting to find different ways to help you guys become leaders. I'm starting to find ways to give you guys tools so you can best lead your teams. So I'm not focusing so much anymore on building my own team anymore. I'm focusing on helping you build your teams. So it's kind of like a new mind shift. So that's kind of the difference between a Diamond and a Star Diamond, is you start focusing on others being successful rather than yourself being successful. So what did I do to become a Diamond and Beyond coach? The first thing I did is I never, ever, ever missed a team call, bombshell call, national wake-up call, any of that. Sometimes I didn't watch them live or listen to them live. Most times I didn't. But I always sometimes caught up. Sometimes it was like 3 on a Saturday. Like literally while cleaning my house, I had it like pumping and just listening. But I always listened to them because I knew that these are coaches that started where I started. So why wouldn't I want to hear what they did? Number 2 was I actively commented, participated, and asked questions in every training I could get in. So sometimes, I would be busy during the week, but on Saturday, I would sit down and go through every single assignment and just do them because I knew that they were being shared for a reason. So I just kind of dove in. The third thing is I never missed an assignment. I made sure that I followed through with them and I post them on Facebook because they're set up so that way I can be successful, right? So I did that, and that really helped me, find my way, find the way of posting, get out of my comfort zone, find new ways of doing things and new ways of capturing my journey. And to be completely honest, that's what helped me grow the most with my own journey and be able to always get to that next step and stay on track. The fourth is just, constantly looking for new ways of growing and taking action. So that could be through finding videos on YouTube, running my own training to be able to push myself out of my comfort zone. Going on YouTube and literally any question or anything I wanted to know about, I typed it in, like how to make my husband believe in Beachbody, how to run a challenge group that's awesome for Beachbody, how to help a coach get to Emerald, like anything I could think of, I typed into YouTube and watched videos while I drove. I listened to them. And I never gave up. I wrote down why I love this so much, and I never, ever gave up.